if you're thinking of moving to Southwest Florida, you're going to want to watch this video as we tour the historic area of downtown Fort Myers. So I'm going to highlight some of my favorite spots and other areas I've gone to over the past 20 years of living down here. But one of the things I want to highlight is this is the oldest area in Southwest Florida. And I moved here in 2003, and I've watched our downtown just explode with not only becoming bigger, but nicer. It used to be an area that you didn't really go to, only a couple restaurants. Now there are so many, and actually there's so many, I'm not going to talk about all of them. I'm only going to talk about some of my favorite ones, but I kind of want to give you a quick tour. This is a little bit of the courtyard area where it's surrounded by a handful of bars and restaurants right off of the street. Here's a place, 1025, we've gone to. Good food, cool place to check out, but I kind of want to talk about some of my favorite spots in this short video for you guys. As far as pizza goes, if you're downtown Fort Myers, you're going to want to check out Downtown House of Pizza, otherwise known as D-Hop. Something cool about this place is it's not real big, but it used to be just a hallway down, and they've expanded over the years. They expanded their menu, and this is definitely a spot that we used to, especially in the early days, go to maybe after going to some of the bars or whatnot. But it's real good pizza. They're busy most lunch times and dinner times. It is often that you see police and fire show up here, and that's how you know it's good food. So Downtown House of Pizza has a lot of options for you. It's definitely one of my favorite spots when I'm down here, especially if I want pizza. My favorite restaurants I want to highlight for this downtown community tour is Bruno's of Brooklyn Italian Eatery. Now this is actually a small place right now. A family-owned Italian restaurant. I can kind of show you. I'd say it's roughly about 1,000 to 1,500 square foot restaurant. Seating is limited. You got to get your reservations in, but this is going to be your homemade Italian food. It kind of reminds me of when I was a kid growing up, making gnocchis with my noni or any type of meals that we had going on. But this place is amazing. All right, there's a reason there's always a wait. They're actually in the process of moving locations, still downtown Fort Myers, but a much bigger location. And listen, I'm not psychic, but I'm pretty sure this Bruno's is going to become the place to go in downtown, especially once they get that bigger place and have more seating. But you want to talk about delicious meals. Not only do they have amazing homemade cuisines that my wife and I have enjoyed, but they have events that go on Mondays a lot, especially in the fall time and winter time, where you can get together and of course a 3-course meal, wine, cigars, stuff like that, right? They also have cookbooks, but what's great about this restaurant is the bar area. You can actually watch the chef, Chef Cal, cook. So not only get a good meal, but you get to watch everyone in action there. So if you're ever downtown Fort Myers, check out Bruno's. Historical place in downtown Fort Myers, if you're actually looking for food, is the Veranda. The Veranda is actually a historical home that's been turned into a restaurant. You go in, they have a grand piano in there. Most of the wait staff's dressed in like tuxedo attire, real nice historic bar. But it's definitely a place that is always on the map for people to try out, especially when they're downtown. So check out the Veranda. It's good food. I'm not gonna lie, my favorite spot is still Bruno's, but this is a cool place to check out. So another favorite restaurant, especially if you're going for burgers, is Ford's Garage right across the street there. Ford's Garage got good burgers, good fries. And what's kind of cool about this place is they actually name a lot of their burgers after local people in the community. So it could be the mayor, the police chief, the fire chief, community leaders, whatever it is. They do this every year, and it's kind of a good way to connect with the community for it. But this is owned by a couple different, they own different restaurants within the area, but I'll tell you, Ford's become a little bit of a chain now and is growing quite a bit. And it's definitely a good place to check out. We come there pretty often as far as places down here, but definitely try out their burger, and especially their Jiffy Burger if you like peanut butter on it. Well, behind me here is the Luminary Hotel. It's one of the newer hotels that have come down here. We have another already existing one that's a little bit further south in the more of the downtown area, and there's other growth happening. So I talked about condos that are for sale, but we have hotels that are popping up. I guess I would call it more of a luxury one. There's restaurants on the bottom. They have events. I've actually never stayed here yet, but it's definitely on the to-do list. But one of the big reasons downtown Fort Myers is where it's at is actually because we have the Caloosahatchee River that runs right through our downtown area. Now the Caloosahatchee River, which I'm going to get up to here shortly, actually goes through the whole state. It connects to the other side of the state through Lake Okeechobee, which is one of the largest lakes in the state. But kind of want to highlight behind me the Caloosahatchee. Pretty wide. There's a lot of blue crab fishing that goes on in here, fishermen boating. We have a couple marinas down here, but it's definitely that brings that water element and attracts people to this area to check out. Talked about growth in the downtown area. There's actually a handful of areas of apartments that people can rent if they're interested in checking out this area without buying first. One of the places I'm walking by right now is Dean Street Apartments. This is a historic area, historic building. But what we've had is an influx of high-rise buildings going up that are containing condos to purchase. There is some rentals that are available. Here's actually the Dean Street Apartments there. So I'm going to touch base on just a couple of the high-rise because there's so many going up right now that it's really kind of changed the landscape of our downtown area and is attracting more people. Maybe this is an investment property to you. Maybe it's just a place you have in the winter, or you want to live year-round in a walking community. Across the street here is another restaurant. It's called The Standard. The variety of food there, but one of the things that stuck out to me is they had a burger. If you can't tell, I do like my cheeseburgers. But they have a burger there, and it comes with homemade chips that they'll put some blue cheese and some other bacon and stuff like that on top. Fantabulous, I'm not gonna lie. Delicious. So if you're down here, you want to check out a different burger spot that has these homemade chips with the blue cheese, that's definitely a place to check out. There's actually a really good spot to kind of show you the differences as far as condos are concerned in downtown Fort Myers. So if you actually look right behind me, here's one of our mid-rise condos, one of the older ones, right? And as we pan over, a little bit newer, and then one of the newest ones is High Point, which is about 33 floors. So there's a variety of areas you can live. Obviously, we have older ones, and as you get to the newer, larger buildings, expense goes up, HOA fees, stuff like that. But it's a variety of places to live, and there's actually one more little section I want to check out. Listen, this video could probably be 3 hours long if I wanted to show you everything going on down here, but I just kind of want to highlight stuff that might stand out. So if you're interested in anything, please reach out. One of the last condos I kind of want to touch base on is we've got First Street Village, which is one of our newest ones, and Triton, which opened up shortly after that. Triton's actually over on the river. These are both 4-story condos. Obviously each unit is only single story, but they allow that walking distance. And actually what's funny is right in front of me is our local grocery store. So if you definitely want that walking experience, living downtown, being by the river, being able to walk to your grocery store, maybe walk to some favorite restaurants, whatever, this is definitely a place you need to check out. So one of the things I want to talk to you about is that if you're thinking of buying or selling in 9 days or 90 days, I'd love it for you to click below, book a call with me, because I'd love to show you around town. But if you